The downsides of an up and down series. Hey everyone, Templar74 here with another episode of Poke Talk, and today's episode of Poke Talk will be a discussion regarding recent and upcoming events in the Sun and Moon anime, and I gotta say, in my opinion, Sun and Moon has always been a mixed bag, but recently it's been doing really well. But when this latest batch of episodes and summaries got announced, I have to admit, after watching some of these episodes, I'm pretty disappointed in what direction the anime appears to be taking in its final year. First off, however, I do want to talk about the last arc, the Pony Island arc, which was a fantastic arc. We had the final grand trial, we had Ash vs. Gladion, as well as some backstory / hints of Moan, Lily and Gladion's dad being alive and not dead like they thought, more hinting towards the Alola League, the introduction of the fourth Kahuna, although in my opinion Hapu is the Iris of the Sun and Moon world and is better off without her, and we had the only episode of Pokemon I would go so far as to describe as phenomenal, the Mallow episode, the one where Mallow met her dead mother. Now we fast forward to where we are now. We just come off the Meltan episodes, which again I rather enjoyed. They were rather comedic and I did enjoy them. And right after these episodes, we got a big episode dump. And all of these episodes really looked hype on the surface. But going in, it was kind of a letdown, I'm not going to lie. Last week, we just met your boy Guzma, a character that was long overdue and a long time coming, in my opinion. And while I enjoyed him and his character and his parts, I couldn't help but cringe at the other elephant of the episode, Kukui's league announcement. And while at first it was hype, he uttered the phrase that became an immediate turnoff: anybody can participate. And while many people were intrigued and excited by this and the possibilities it could bring, for me it just ruined the whole thing. Because while yes, it is a change and albeit a kind of expected one, and it could bring matches we never otherwise get to see, to me, and I know a lot of fans will agree with me when I say this, it devalued it immediately because the whole point of the league in the past was to prove your strength and skills in battle as a trainer by earning 8 badges and to show how much you've grown, achieved, and accomplished on your journey. So when you say anyone can participate, regardless of skill level or what you may or may not have accomplished, it just belittles the whole thing and ultimately degrades and devalues whatever rank you would achieve in such a league, in my opinion. Now, I'm not saying there isn't a potential that we'll see some tough battles and trainers participating as to make it not appear to be a cakewalk, but the whole thing with the anybody can participate, it just devalued the whole concept to me, in my opinion. Now, with that being said, I'm still curious and interested to see the Alola League because, like I said earlier, this will provide the opportunity to see matches we never normally get to see, but still the devaluation factor will ultimately be a thing in the back of my mind and most fans' minds going into it. And then the other big thing to happen with Sun and Moon is actually today's episode, because it just aired earlier today, is Lily and her Z-Move episode. Episode 116, Lily and the Mechanical Princess. Now, in my opinion, this was a roller coaster for me because when this episode was announced, I was really excited for the episode because we were going to dig more into Moan, which was foreshadowed back on Pony Island. And then the preview and summary dropped and my attitude changed drastically because there were two things I just couldn't overlook at the time. First was Magearna, the Mechanical Princess, and Magearna's past with Lily. Now, this alone I had major issues with. I had major issues in them using Magearna as the whole thing just seemed lazy to me. And I've said this on Twitter, the use of Magearna just showed how the laziness of the show writers, and it made me seriously wonder if they ever read their own stories, because while yes, I know the movies and the anime are different / separate from one another, however, fans will go back and forth on this to suit their own theories and opinions. All sides are guilty of doing this when it suits them. But yeah, for the most part, the lore stays the same for the Pokemon, and the use of Magearna just made no sense due to Magearna's lore and history, and it's been explained prior that Magearna was a one of a kind. Then the second thing I couldn't overlook was Lily's acquisition of the Z-Ring and her Z-Move. It was hard for me to be okay with this because while we know Lily was going to get one eventually, and I will give her this, she has progressed a lot since the series beginning, I still don't think Lily is at the level yet as a trainer or a battler to wield and use the Z-Ring. Maybe the reason behind this is ever since Lily obtained the IC crystal in episode 60, we really haven't seen Lily battle other trainers much. And when they do hint that she's going to battle, it proves to just be a big tease. Like when they were hinting that Lily was going to battle her brother Gladion, turns out it was just a big tease on that. However, my thoughts on the episode did change when I watched it. The episode was beautiful and extremely well done overall, and while I'm glad they explained Magearna a little bit, my opinions on the use of Magearna still haven't changed. To me, it still seems lazy and makes no sense based on lore. I'd maybe be a little bit more receptive if Magearna wasn't described already as being one of a kind. I've been mocked for thinking that, yes, but for me, it's still a major issue that will never sit right for me with this episode. Now, back to Lily's acquisition of the Z-Ring and her Z-Move. Like I said before, when we first learned about it, it was hard for me to be okay with. But after watching the episode, I'll admit I feel a lot more comfortable with it. I respect that the Z-Ring and Mon study was earned by Mon from Hala for research purposes, and that Lily went and asked Hala for his blessing to take custody of it, albeit temporarily, and that Hala just didn't allow Lily to just take it. And I also must respect that the Z-Ring being entrusted to Lily symbolizes the love and bond of a father and daughter and a way to carry on his memory and aid in the goal to bring Mon back home where he belongs. It was a respectable and great way to justify it, in my opinion, and it was a great redeemer to an episode that otherwise just wouldn't feel right to me. So, those were the thoughts that I wanted to express on Sun and Moon lately. Like I said in my monologue, it's really been a mixed bag while showing a lot of promise, and while the episodes on their own are good, what they foreshadow is great, but what they follow through with, for the most part, left a lot to be desired, again, in my own opinion. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are about all this in the comment section down below, because as always, I enjoy hearing from you. Alright everyone, as always, Templar74 signing off. Have a great day everybody, and I'll talk to you all next time. Goodbye everybody. Hey everyone, Templar74 here. Did you enjoy the video? Do you want to help support me in making more content like this and see your name here at the end of every video? Then consider supporting me on Patreon. Any help is greatly appreciated and will help ensure continuation and increase the quality of production of the videos that I'm able to make for all of you. Link down below. Again, thank you so much for your support and for liking and subscribing. You all are amazing. And as always, everyone, Templar74 signing off. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll talk to you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.